Well, welcome back to another episode of Mr. Brian's Amazing World. Today, I'm going to show you a spring that I had dug up and turned into a pond. Now, this little spot in the yard here where you see all this water was just like a little bit of a wet spot. And almost every once in a while would get a look kind of like this. And I had thought about, okay, I could just put a little bit of dirt in there, fill it in, and it'll dry it out and solve that problem. Well, what I decided to do was, let's dig it up and see what happens. So I dug, and this is years ago. I mean, this has been here quite a long time at this point. But I dug down a little bit, and originally maybe made the circle this big. And it started to fill up, and I had water almost all year long. Maybe late August, early September, it would start to dry out a little bit. And then it would fill back up again. So I built a little drain system that came along, and of course the chickens love it, and I tapped it to some underground pipes. Now I had another drain kind of right at the back of that trailer tire. There's another one that runs under the driveway to catch any runoff from the driveway. Really, ladies? And then I would pipe it along and run it out. So basically I was able to get a spring that runs year-round and supplies me with water right on the property. It's kind of neat to have a little pond right in my front yard. And slowly it's been expanded through the years, and I don't know, at this point it's quite a decent sized little spring pond here that I have, and it's really great to have this. Makes a nice little feature, and well, it's crystal clear right now. Hopefully I can get some fish in there at some point, and like I said, the cats and the chickens, they love coming down here and drinking from it, and you see deer in here and other birds and stuff. It's kind of a nice little feature to have on the property. Now, most of the time, this thing stays pretty full. Like I said, every once in a while, it'll slowly drain down in the summertime if it's a real dry season and the water table drops a lot. Right now, the water table is really high. I mean, like I said, this is here, and I still have water springing up in the yard, pushing out. So there's a lot of pressure coming out of the ground right around here. Now, let me show you where this drains out. Like I said, I have this piped out here and running along. Speed this up here somewhat as I zip through. And it comes out, and it gives a nice steady flow. I mean, almost all year long you get that trickle just running out of there. It works perfect for keeping the animals hydrated. And especially the chickens, it's right here next to their coop, and they'll come down over here and drink right from it. I hear them following me down here now. They'll probably be in the video in a second. There they are. Like, whoo, fresh water. And it just goes to show you how much fun chickens are. They follow me all over the place. Like, hey, what are you doing here? And they're really great, friendly animals. Now, I have another spot that I also did this same type of thing to. Except this other one was a little different. This one I was able to just put the pipe in and have the overflow from the pond fill up to a certain level, and then it drops down inside this pipe here, and it probably has a 6-inch drop here, which is good because you can clean out any leaves or other debris that gets in here. Boy, that water is cold. And every once in a while you just open this up and it'll flow a little bit better and flush out the line. You can see it's already whoosh, gives you a quick wash. But then what I did is I had another one pop up here in my driveway. It was just a little wet spot, and it was annoying because my driveway would never dry out. So I ended up digging a big trench right underneath through here, probably 2 feet deep, put the same 4-inch pipe in there with a whole bunch of holes in it, filled it in with fish-sized rock, and then put plastic over top of it. And once the plastic was over top of all that, I put down the 2B modified driveway. Now what that did is any water that was coming up under the ground would hit that pipe, and it would hit the plastic, only be able to rise to there, and have to go in the pipe and drain out the back. Now, what I'll do is I'll show you, as this follows along underneath the ground here, it runs back, and it pops out right here. And that feed there runs all the time and feeds these girls. So I don't have to go out in there and actually give them water. I don't know if you can see right there, it's trickling, it's always flowing, kind of just like the other side is. And it's right at the edge, so they have fresh water whenever they want. I don't have to go bringing it to them. kind of makes it perfect for the farm situation. And I also was able to take another spot. Let me see if I can get over there quick here. Kind of run through this mess here. Let's see, I can give you a little more of an example of what I'm talking about. Here's another spot. And this one's flowing really good too. And wow, there's a turd there from something. I wonder what animal that is. I don't have any other animals that roam around here that can do that. So somebody's, I almost want to say maybe a coyote? I don't know. They usually crap on rocks. That's kind of bizarre, especially to be in there. Maybe it's a neighbor's dog or something, but the pigs don't get out and kind of big for cats. Anyway, back to this system here. You can see the pipe. And then I have another one that's right here. This is just an old 3-inch one. And they're both on different levels. And you can see it's flowing a little bit through here. The 4-inch pipe, well, they come in here and it's buried underneath this ground here. And it's basically the same principle. The pipe comes in, there's a bunch of holes in it with some plastic. The water comes up, hits those holes, and runs out. Now, I have them at 2 different heights to take care of whatever different pressure comes through. And if you look up, you can see the ground is wet there. And that's probably 2 feet above where this particular pipe is here. If I span up, you can see it raises quite a bit of elevation. And I have another spot over there that's wet. So all this is pushing into these pipes and then flowing out the back over here. And you can see the water just trickling along right here, just out of this footprint I made. So there's quite a bit of ground pressure pushing from these springs lately. The water table is extremely high. So who knows, maybe now one day there'll be future pig pen or goats or something over this way maybe, and they'll have their own water feed. So again, I don't have to supply them with water, which is awesome, because that's a huge problem on any homestead and farm, is to deal with water for your animals. To have a year supply of fresh water pushing right out of the ground for them, doesn't get much better than that. Well, I hope you liked this episode of Mr. Brian's Amazing World. Please like us, subscribe, check us out. We have a bunch of other videos on homesteading and a boiler, wood boiler. Seems to be a real hot one. Everybody likes checking that one out. But again, like us, subscribe. Thank you. Have a great day.